Good afternoon, dear viewer. Let's have a short look at the markets. Let's do some analysis on SP 500, on BTC, and a few selected alts. So starting with the S&P 500. So going back to the daily level, to the daily interval, we saw what was a very, very good reaction from this trend line here. So there was a big bounce coming off of this trend line. Now we need to see continuation. We are still in an uptrend, which is easily recognizable by a series of higher lows and higher highs. Yeah? So we have these higher lows and we have these higher highs at the moment. Now we need to see another higher high. After that, according to the Elliott wave analysis or Elliott wave theory, you could say this is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can get a correction, three-wave correction preferably, and then go back up again. Now, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, we can see early signs of downtrend breaking. So we have this biggest correction of the trend. And let's lay it out onto this break up. So it's perfectly at the moment retesting the high of this zone. Yeah. So I took this exact correction and then just laid it out on this big rush up. So what I would not want to see is we are on 4-hour time frame. I would not really want to see a daily close within this. Yeah. So we can go down a little bit, but then we should bounce up and continue higher. That would be the perfect scenario. We are also at the moment, and I have to clean it up a little bit, we have also tested the 200 daily moving average on here. So it is still possible, even with this big rush up, it is still possible that we come down, test it again, and then this would be the deciding move. So at the moment, S&P looking pretty good. If we go down to the 1 hour and just switch off the MA ribbon, you see we had this big move up. There was a correction here. And I would want to see positive reaction if we go down and repeat this. So if we go down here, so let's mark it off. 4,039, I would want to see a reaction to the upside. So let's continue watching this. I mean, I'm not getting overly bullish until we break this high here. So that's S&P. BTC only a short analysis. So I went from the weekly, I marked off the weekly levels. So these are the points where the weekly candles closed or opened, yeah, and I marked them off on my chart. They created somewhat of a range, if you can call it that way, and we are still range bound at the moment. So we are still going inside this range. I would not be surprised to see still a move to the downside to take out the liquidity from these lows and then continue up. If you look at the daily, this is what Roman mentioned on his Twitter and in his analysis, is that we have dropping volume on the way down, and also if we have a look at the RSI, we have maybe not a massive but a big bullish divergence. So we have a series of higher lows on the chart and a series of lower lows on the RSI. So that means that even though we are going up, the RSI is resetting. This is very bullish, I would say. Same on the MACD. Yeah, so we have here's a higher high and here's a lower high. So that means MACD is also resetting as we go up. So that's pretty bullish to me, at least. If we go on the 4-hour, delete these markings here and those here, then what we see is we are still bound by this, by the height of or the depth of this correction here. So we're not going deeper than the last correction. So this here, and then lay it out on the chart. We had a wick below, and see how this holds. Another bullish sign to me. You know, we can, like I said, we can get a wick here. No big issue. We can get a wick here. According to Elliott waves, if you would try and count this as Elliott waves perspective, you know, you can have different counts. That's the beauty and the curse of Elliott waves. Let me get that. It's 1, 2. Now, either this is 3 and this is 4, and then we are building some kind of a wave 5, or you could say maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could also be done. I mean, this could have been our wave 5. This one here. That's the problem with the Elliott waves. They're not a predictive tool. You can roughly know where you are in the impulse or in the correction, but they are never ever a predictive tool. The way I use them, and I'll show you now, is for some higher probability trades, is if I see certain setups on the chart, like here on flow. So let's go on the daily. So here a clear impulse up. It's 1, 2, 3, consolidation 4, 5, and then a correction. And what is interesting about this correction, if you go down to the 1 hour, we have clear 3 waves. 1, consolidation 2, 3. And now what I expect is at least 1, 2, 3, so ABC to the upside. And then possibly, I'm not saying certainly, I'm saying possibly, 1, 2, or should I say 1, 2, and then really big move up. On the daily, how it would look like, so you would have A, B, C. That's what I'm seeing on flow, and what reinforces my statement or my analysis and my understanding of what's going on this chart is the fact that we have this wave as a triangle consolidation. That to me always says, okay, next one coming is the last wave down. I don't know whether the trend will be, you know, this higher time frame trend would be upheld, but at least we should get a bounce from somewhere here, especially that we have another triangle. So I know that even if we break down, this should be the last wave. And then boom, at least this. Yeah. So I'm counting that here, even if I enter here, maybe buy a little bit more. If we go down deeper, then we should have at least around about 20% of gains. Similar situation on Gala, although we didn't have a consolidation wave B, but we see a clear impulse. It's 1, 2, 3, consolidation, 4, 5. And then what we are getting is A, B, C. What makes it more clear to me is these corrective waves A and C are of the same length. If I take this, let's do it with the box. The box is maybe more evocative. So if I take this and then overlay it against this, they are of the exact same length, these two waves. That screams to me this is just a correction and there will be more upside coming. I bought somewhere around here. I saw this increase in volume, which can be misleading because it can either be a sign that there's a lot of buyers in here, or if we reject hard, that means that this move up actually went up against a wall of sells and sellers stepped in, big sells, and yeah, that's it. But fingers crossed, I'm only like 20% invested in the market, so I have plenty of firepower left or dry powder left if the thing goes down, and I can easily add to my positions even if they go below the lows. I think we have done what massive drops of we are 95% down from the highs. I mean, if this is not a good place to buy, then what is? So yeah, that's that. Thanks a lot and have a very good day. Bye bye.